Hey y'all, my name is Summer and welcome to Summertime Tarot. If you're new to the channel, hey, how you doing? If you've been here before, thank you so much for joining me here. This is a pick a card just for general guidance at this time. What do you need to hear? What kind of messages, the spirit, the divine, God have for you? And what kind of advice do you need to hear at this time, okay? So we have 4 piles. The first one is this iolite crystal. Okay. The second pile, garnet. Third pile, calcite. And the fourth pile, selenite. Okay. So just take a moment to, clear your mind, take a deep breath or take a few deep breaths, connect to your higher self, say a prayer if you like, just for guidance, and then pick the pile that you're most drawn to. I'm going to start over here on my left and I'm going to work my way down, okay? So the timestamps are in the description box below. I'm going to see you in a bit. So if you picked the first pile with iolite, this here message is for you. So let's go and see what the message here is. So we have joy and delight, angel of balance, cornucopia, attachment, okay, judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. Financial discipline. Nature. Moderation. Purpose. Follow your path. And fear. Face the fear. Okay, we're going to save these for last. Okay, so with this joy and delight and cornucopia, it's funny because I was just watching a movie today and it came to my mind while I was flipping over the cards. And in the movie, it's basically about this woman who she has like the quote unquote perfect life. Her husband has this like 6-figure job or whatever. She has this nice apartment in Manhattan. She has 3 kids, doing very well. But like, it's like she's trying to find herself. She wants to, follow her purpose. She wants to, to do the thing that's calling to her heart. But she's having a hard time doing so. And a quote in the movie, she says, I know I want all the candies in the candy store, and that line popped into my head. And I feel like with you guys, it's like you want all these things. You want to be happy. You want the perfect life. But I feel like with this attachment card, you've become attached to either a mindset or a way of viewing your life, or the perfect life that you wish you had. And it's kind of stopping you from actually getting all the things that you want, right? And with this here judgment card, I feel like you may actually be judging yourself. You may have like some preconceived notions about who you should be or where you should be in life, what you should be doing. And it's kind of stopping you from having joy in your life. It's stopping you from doing all the things that you want, right? And with this angel of balance, it's like, I feel like the message here is you can have all the things that you want, but there has to be balance, especially with financial discipline here. It's a need to, practice moderation. Oh, wow. I forgot this was here. Yeah, practice moderation. It's like you can have all these things. You can have this cornucopia, but there needs to be balance. Because I feel like you can either get into a space where you're like all into one thing, which kind of leaves you depleted in another, right? And it's time to, get back to, with this nature card, get back to your true nature, but also, spend time in nature, spend time connecting with yourself, with the divine, so that you can really suss out what it is that you really want, what your purpose is, what it is that, is calling out to you for you to do, so that there is a chance for you to have this joy and delight, right? And I also get, like, with this financial discipline card, you could, well, like the woman in the movie, she had fear of, like, she had insecurities, fears of, basically like success and failure. And, in order to deal with that, she bought things. So you could also be experiencing that, spending, buying things in order to make yourself feel good. But it's like, if you want these things, if you want like the cornucopia, the dream, the happiness, it's time for you to really like kind of buckle down and not spend and do things out of fear, right? Right, because with this regret as well, I feel like you get into like a cycle of fear, doing something, and then later regretting it, right? And like with this pride card here, you could be in a space where you're kind of either, like judging others, or in your quiet time alone, judging yourself. Wow, you have fear here twice. Yeah. And I feel like this is fear of the future, fear of all the things that you could have. And it's like time for you to kind of clear that out, so that you can, find your purpose and follow the path that you want towards peace, right? So it's a need to, really practice balance. And I also feel like patience when it comes to, getting to where it is that you want. But also with this joy and delight card, it's about, not only waiting until you get to, your destination to have happiness, to have joy, but to have it along the way, right? So it's a need to, be in your natural state, be in a space where you feel happy no matter, what's going on around you, right? And that starts with letting go of, these ideas, these mindsets, these negative talks that you have with yourself, the judgment, the pride as well, the fear, regret, letting all those things go so that you can have all the things that you want, right? But I feel like with this fear being here twice, you're kind of holding on to this fear that you can't have all the things that you want. But I feel like it's just time for you to, sit down, make a plan, really get in tune with who you are, right? Spend some time in nature, figure out what it is you want, figure out, what your peaceful and happy place is, and then, incorporate some discipline into your life so that you can, and practice moderation so that you can move towards what it is that you want. And also I kind of see here, with this financial discipline and moderation, you may actually, if it's not, money, it could be like food or gambling or other things that you do in order to kind of stuff down that fear, stuff down those bad feelings, right? And then it kind of leads into a cycle of self-judgment and maybe fear and regret, and beating yourself up. And it's time to really let that go so that you can, move into a more purposeful and peaceful space in your life. All right, so let's look. Got some cards for advice. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse, the King of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, with this Eight of Swords in reverse, is, you know, it's time to let go of like those self-sabotaging ways, and, you know, those addictions that you may have, right? The things that kind of get caught in your head that you don't let go, right? So that you do have space and you have energy to do the things that you actually want, so that you can bring more happiness and fulfillment into your life, right? And then we have Diana. Yeah, really. It's about being focused. It says, think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. Yeah, because I feel like with this Eight of Swords, right? Because with this King of Wands and this Eight of Swords, it's like you look at the things you want and you just kind of be like, man, I can't have that. That'll never happen. Right? And then you may get into this kind of cycle of, you know, sabotaging yourself so that your thoughts, the things that you're telling yourself, actually manifest, right? And so you feel like that's actually proof that you can never have the thing that you want, but it's not. It's just, you know, this kind of cycle that you're stuck in, that you're attached to, right? And it's time to let that go so that you can, you know, move in a new direction and move towards the things that you actually want. And then we have Commander Ashtar. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Yeah, because you could be in a space where you're like, you know, you say you want something, but you don't follow through with your actions, right? So it's time for you to, you know, not only talk about it or think about the things that you want, but really to take action towards it. Okay? But that's all I have for you, pile 1. I'm going to go ahead on to pile 2. So if you picked pile 2 with Garnet, this is the message for you. So let's go ahead and see what you got. So you have here, connect with Gaia. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Oh, can't talk. Okay. The thinking woman. Oh, wow. Yeah, I was just about to say, you may, because since I, you know, kind of slipped up with my talking, you may be unable to kind of voice, you know, what it is that you want. You got here the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Man holding a heart. Walking away. Okay. Doubt. Release the need to know all the answers. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Parenting. Intuition. Communication. Wow. Okay. Forgiveness. Set yourself free. Cooperation. Better together. And openness. Embrace the possible. I'm going to save these for later. Okay. So with this connect to Gaia, I really feel like it's kind of time for you, with this walking away as well. Time for you to really kind of ground yourself in your present reality. Let go of all the things that, you know, are kind of holding you back, stopping you. And it's time to really move away from, I feel like, self-doubt. With this second chakra, could be in a space, as well as with this 5th chakra, where you want something, but you're kind of fearful of what will happen if you take the action towards what it is you want, right? And I feel like, especially with this envy here, could almost be in a space where you're kind of looking around you you want something, yeah, but you have doubts. And it's stopping you from having the success that you really want. And with this forgiveness, it's really like a need for you to, I feel like, cooperate with yourself, right? Because I feel like there's a part of you that's kind of blocking your happiness, blocking your success. And you could be in a space where, with this connect with Gaia, where you feel kind of stuck, feel kind of stagnated. And it's time for you to release that old way of being and really call in and be open to new experiences. But it needs, sorry, mom's popping. There's a need for you to really walk away from an old way, from this kind of piece of you that feels doubtful. Because with this doubt comes envy, right? It comes that kind of yucky feeling of, bitterness and anger towards others, right? And I feel like it's in your mind with this thinking woman here. And it's beginning to corrupt your heart and your soul in a way to where you kind of maybe lash out on others. With this communication card, maybe you have a hard time speaking your truth, saying what it is that you need and or want, right? And it's causing you to doubt yourself, because we have doubt, yeah. And I feel like with this parenting card, it's a need to connect back to I feel like your inner child, maybe healing past inner child wounds, reparenting yourself. Wow. I heard talking yourself off a ledge. Well, I hope no one's in the space where, they feel kind of like giving up. But with that, I feel like it's time for you to, really communicate with yourself and trusting yourself. And really, I feel like talk out any kind of hurts, be that with yourself or with someone else, right? To bring in forgiveness, right? And forgiveness is for you, it's not for the other person. They don't need to, forgive you. You need to forgive yourself for anything that you feel like you may have done wrong. And really, really let that go so that you can bring in this change. Because, you have success here. You can have what you want. But it starts with shifting and changing within yourself, within the way that you're thinking, within the way that you're feeling, in the actions that you take, how you speak to yourself, how you speak to others, right? And really, I feel like with this Garnet card, really needing to commit to yourself and commit to the thing that it is that you want, right? And I feel like, but with this Garnet being here with the commitment, I feel like you may be in a space where, maybe you don't trust yourself, or You just feel like you're unworthy of the thing that you want. Right? And I feel like it's time for you to feel those feelings, but to release them, to walk away from them. Right? And to no longer allow them to kind of take you down with them. Right? Let's look at your advice. So we have here the Four of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Star. Okay, so with this Four of Cups and the Seven of Swords, I feel like like you're I feel like your preoccupation with your current state, your current emotional state, is just your inner child, your inner self's way of letting you know, that there is something that needs to be healed, right? But also that there is something better out there for you. There's a space, an opportunity. The thing that you want is possible. But you being in this Four of Cups space, this kind of sad and dismal and kind of regretful kind of space, is actually an opportunity for you to, work on yourself, to build yourself up so that you can get back to a hopeful space. All right? And then we have here, I don't want to butcher this. Mahavatar Babaji. Soul expansion. Your consciousness good grief. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand connections between all things. Yeah, I feel like you may be, like as it says, soul expansion, you may be going through kind of like an awakening, as they say. And it's kind of forcing you into this Four of Cups space, where you're kind of seeing all of your inner workings and all of the kind of bad things in life. But the reality is, there's a flip side to that. There's a dark and there's a light. And you can't spend all of your time, focusing on just one. There needs to be a balance. And I feel like in order for you to get that balance, you really need to, ground and to connect with the earth, connect with your center, right? And that kind of starts with forgiveness, letting go of doubt, walking away from, people, places, and things that kind of keep you in this kind of lowly state. And trusting that when you make that move, there is something grander and better waiting for you. Okay, and then we have Lady Portia. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Yeah, and the colors are drawing me back to this walking away, right? Do what's right. Leave behind those old ways, those old feelings, and move on into, brighter days. I'm hearing the song. It's gonna be a brighter day, brighter day. I never knew I could be so happy. Okay, but that's all I have for you, Pal 2. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Let me know down in the comments how this reading resonated for you. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you soon. I'm going to go ahead on to Pile 3. So if you picked Pile 3 with calcite, this message is here for you. So let's go get started. We have here cleansing body and spirit, carrying connections, woman holding a coin, magician and the mirror, storm warning, Grief, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Imagination, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Purpose, I know what I am here to do. Indecision, I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Spiritual career. Domestic harmony. Love. Loneliness, longing to belong. Honor, I acknowledge you, me, and we. And I'm going to save these for later. Okay. So, with this cleansing body and spirit, it's a time for you to really, it makes sense with this calcite calmness, really to get into a space, a clear, healthy, emotional, mental, spiritual space, physical as well. And with this caring connections, I really feel like it's a need for you to connect back with yourself, right? Because with all these cards here, it could be maybe you're experiencing also with this loneliness, either maybe you've experienced a breakup, or maybe you're feeling like you want a caring connection with someone and it's not really happening. Or it could also just be that you're kind of hoping for, with this spiritual career here, you're longing for like your purpose, something higher, something that connects with you in a heart space, but also brings you security and allows you to take care of others, right? A spiritual career, right? And I feel like with this Magician and the Mirror, you're in a space where you are manifesting that, right? And I also feel like your current circumstances. So with this storm warning, you could be experiencing some kind of change, some kind of shift, be that internally or externally. And it's, this spiritual career, this caring connection is manifesting itself in your life. And I feel like you feel it with this storm warning, right? Because with storm warning, I can't talk. Good grief. Makes me think of animals where before it occurs, they sense the storm, right? And also, native folks who live close to nature, they can, see the signs and sense it themselves. And I feel like you're kind of in that space where you're feeling this change within you, and it's allowing you the space and the opportunity to manifest what it is that you want. So with that, I say, you need to, right, as it says here, clear out all of this grief, this indecision, so that what you're calling in, what you're manifesting, is on a higher plane. Because I feel like at this time you're you may be, in a kind of low vibrational state where you're kind of, feeling lonely, feeling like indecisive. You don't know exactly what you want. You don't know how to get it, right? And so there's a need for this kind of calmness to clear out all this kind of stuff that's kind of blocking you and could inevitably create more of what you're currently in, right? And with this domestic harmony, I feel like there's a need for you to, okay, that makes sense. with this domestic harmony, I feel like there's a need to get your home life, your home space, your safe space in order, right? So that could be either, talking with, be it a partner or the family around you, getting everyone on the same page, right? About what you want, where you see yourself going forward. So that what you're calling in, what you're manifesting has a safe ground to stand on, right? And with this honor card, I really feel like there's a need to, one, be true to who you are, be true to your calling, but also take into account, where you are, where you've come from. Really to also with the spiritual career, be cognizant of your connection with others, right? But also realize that how you connect with others is a mirror of how you connect with yourself. So there's a need to get into a space within you that honors who you are, that nurtures you, that nourishes you, so that you will be able to do the same for others. Okay? And with this imagination, I really just see this as it says, creative aspect of the mind to, with this cleansing body and spirit, really clearing out any kind of old perceptions, any old way of thinking about things, and allowing your mind to go into different arenas, different areas that maybe you haven't been before, right? So seeing yourself, that makes sense with this indecision. Seeing yourself and reality in different ways, thinking of all the different paths that you can take. But I feel like with that, a need to not come out of like a dark space, a need to come out of a light space, so that you're not manifesting any kind of, any of your negative thoughts. So really, right, needing to cleanse out all that kind of bad, yucky stuff, those kind of bad self-perceptions, bad feelings, fears, doubts, so that you can create something good. Because with this magician and the mirror, you're in a manifesting space, so you need to be in a clear and a positive space so that you can create, positive things. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at your advice. So you have here the World, the Empress, and the King of Pentacles. So you're in a space, right? With this World, it's time for you to step into a new arena, right? And with this Empress, you're creating things. But with this King of Pentacles, it's a need for you to come out of a grounded space, right? A grounded, a safe, secure space, right? That's why this domestic harmony card is here. It makes sense, right? Needing to be secure where you are and with whom you are with, right? So if you're in a space where like you want a caring connection with another person, there's a need for you to be sound and secure within yourself, right? Otherwise, when you manifest this relationship, this this partner, this career path, this what have you, right? If you're in a lowly space, what you're gonna grow is going to be, you know, low vibrational as well. So there's a need for you to be grounded, secure within yourself, so that when you do come together with what it is you're manifesting, you're on solid ground, you're whole and content within yourself, so that what you're growing, what you're nurturing, what you're giving to can also be whole and sound, right? Okay. And then we have, good grief, these names, they mess me up. Okay. Melchizedek. I don't know. I probably messed that up. Sorry, guys. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? With this world card here, it's time for you to, you know, get connected with yourself, so that you kind of have a good understanding of who you are and what you're able to, you know, bring to the table. And that's only going to make what it is you're creating, what it is you're manifesting, all the better. Then we have the Miriam. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Okay? That's all I have for you, Pile 3. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Let me know down in the comments how this resonated for you. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, I really appreciate you, man. And I hope you're doing all right. And I hope to see you soon. I'm going to go ahead to pile 4. So if you picked pile 4 with selenite, this message is for you. So let's go ahead and see what you got. You got affirmation for growth, the world, healer of the ages, action, humor, growth, perseverance, discipline, healing, abundance, spiritual partnership. Oh. Significance, tenderness. Okay, and then we're going to save those cards for a little bit later. Okay, so with this affirmation for growth, I really feel like you're in a space where, you know, with the world here, you've come out of some kind of journey, you've ended something, and it's time for you to move into like this next stage of life, right? But with this healer of the ages here, in between the world and action, I really feel like this is reminding me a little bit about pile 3. But it's like before you take action, actually, this is kind of like, I can't talk. Whatever. But before you take action, there's a need for you to really heal and recover from what, you know, you just experienced, to really clear out any of the things that may be stopping you from taking action and moving forward, right? There's a need for a break. There's a need for you to really get acclimated into where you are now, so that you feel comfortable and confident enough to move into a new arena, into a new space, right? And with this affirmation for growth, I really feel like during this time, it's a need for you to, you know, nurture yourself, to talk to yourself in calm and loving ways, to also have fun, to enjoy where you are now, to enjoy the growth process, right? Because I feel like you're at this seedling stage, and you may be rushing, wanting to rush forward, wanting to move forward, wanting to get to, where it is you're going next. But there's a need for you to slow down, to take your time, to heal, to just allow this new thing that you're starting, that be that, within yourself or outside of yourself, just allow it to grow at its own pace. Not to force anything, not to rush anything, but to take, steady, consistent action, right? Right, yeah, that makes sense with this healing here, right? Like I said, a need to really heal yourself, but also with this discipline and perseverance, to, because I feel like with this humor here, you may be experiencing, some setbacks, or you just may be feeling like things aren't going as you'd hope them to, or as fast as you hope them to. And it's like a need for you to, just enjoy the moment, enjoy where you are, have some fun, not to be so serious, just to allow things to move at, I wanted to say a snail's pace, right? Because it may feel like it's moving at a snail's pace, but like snails are cool, man. I love snails. And their pace, is their pace. And it's a need for you not to rush, not to force anything, right? Because you have here abundance and spiritual partnership. So there's like a need to really be like, yo, what's mine is mine. I know that abundance is coming in. I know that, I'm on the right path. I know that I'm going to continue to, right, with this perseverance and this discipline, I'm going to continue to do what I need to do to get to where it is that I want. So there's no need to, put so much pressure on myself, to be mean to myself, to be like, come on, let's go. There's no need for that, right? Just allow yourself to be where you are. Allow yourself space and time to heal, to grow at your own pace. Right? And then we have here significance. You be you, right? Look at the picture. Look at this little dog. He's not as big as these ones, but hey, he's him. You may be snippy. You may be, have your cool little personality. You may be like comparing yourself to other people, like, oh, such and such is doing this and they've gotten this far. And it's like, you're not on their timeline. You're not on their path. This is your path. So go at your own speed, go at your own pace. Don't try and force anything, right? Because what is yours is yours. And you don't have to force anything when it's yours. You don't have to force anything when this is the thing that is for you, right? It's a need to really connect to who you are, to connect to where you are, and to know that where you are is where you're supposed to be at this current time. And to not kind of rush yourself, right? But to display tenderness to yourself, to your current situation, to your current space, right? But also, when times get rough, a little bit hard, when you're feeling a little stuck, just to continue forward, to have that discipline, right? Because that's what growth is about. It's about moving and growing at your own pace, right? Plants and trees don't compare themselves to other plants and trees. A pine tree is a pine tree and a rose is a rose. They're not going to grow the same. They're not going to be in the same environment. They're not going to be doing the same things. And that's okay, right? With this selenite, it's, peace. It says peace. A need to be at peace within yourself and within every given moment, right? Okay. So let's look at your advice. You have here Chariot, Strength. Wow. Okay. And the Six of Wands, right? And with this, I really feel like, having the wherewithal, and like it says, discipline to move in the direction that you want to move, and know that what's coming for you, know that you are worthy of it, know that what you want, you can have it. You just have to put in the work. You have to be willing to, you know, I want to say, go the extra mile, do the things you need to do. There may be some pit stops. You may need to stop and get some gas, to take a little cat nap, but that's okay, right? Because you're going to continue on. You're going to continue to move forward. You're going to continue to do what you got to do. And what's mine is mine. It's going to be waiting for me when I get there. I don't have to rush. I don't have to push. I don't have to force, right? I don't have to prove myself to anyone, because I'm me, and what's mine is mine. And I'm going to get there when I get there, right? Okay, so then we have here Sanat Kumara, light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Okay, with this card, I feel like you may be questioning yourself, right? It could be because things aren't going at the speed you'd hope, or things aren't as you'd envisioned them. And so now you're kind of questioning yourself, questioning your path. Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Or is it not? Because I feel like things are going a little wonky, right? You may be in that space, and it's like a need for you to trust in your own light, trust in your own guidance, trust in your own, you know, heart to tell you what it is that you need to do, right? And it's bringing me back to plants. It's making me think of sunflowers. Sunflowers move and shift to find the light, and I feel like that's kind of, you know, where you need to come from. You know, just because things may not be working out and as you'd hope them to in this kind of way, that doesn't mean to, you know, just stop and give up. It's continue forward, right? And a need to kind of find that light within you when things may be a little murky outside of you, right? So if things aren't looking like you want them to on the outside, it's a time, you know, a need to get centered within yourself and to be like, okay, things aren't working. Is it because of me? Is it because of this? Am I doing the right thing? I feel like I am, so let me continue forward, right? And then we have Radha, soul flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. And with this, I really feel like a need to heal your heart, to open up to the possibilities, right? It's bringing me back to this tenderness. Try a little tenderness, right? Because it could be that you're kind of trying to force things. You're trying to push forward when sometimes, right, with this strength card, sometimes it's not about pushing. Sometimes it's about, you know, easing your way in, easing your way forward. Because I feel like once you kind of show your strength, not through, you know, being forceful, but through tenderness and just a continued, consistent kind of effort and action, you will see things come into being a lot easier, a lot more peaceful, right? And then also with this humor, you know, it says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life, not kind of getting too stuck in pushing or too stuck in your mind about what could go wrong or what's not working. Just a need to try a little tenderness, right? But that's all I have for you, Pal 4. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Please let me know down in the comments how this reading resonated for you. If you liked it, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more like it, you know, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you soon.